Tesla's worth more than the top 5 car makers combined. Electric cars are popping up everywhere. And yet, Toyota, the biggest car company in the world, is still saying, "Nah, we're not all in on EVs." Why? Are they geniuses playing it safe? Or are they just too stubborn to see the future? Today, we're diving into Toyota's hybrid-first strategy. Is it a smart move, or are they making a massive mistake? Stick around to find out. Toyota's love affair with hybrids. Toyota's been the king of hybrids for decades. It all started with the Prius back in 1997, a car that changed the game. Hybrids mix a gas engine with an electric motor, so they use less fuel and spit out fewer emissions than regular cars. The Prius became a hit because it's reliable, saves money on gas, and feels familiar. No need to plug it in. Today, Toyota sells millions of hybrids, like the Corolla Hybrid and RAV4 Hybrid, and people love them. In 2024 alone, they sold over 10 million vehicles, with hybrids being a huge chunk of that. But here's the catch. Hybrids aren't as clean as electric vehicles. EVs run on batteries and produce zero tailpipe emissions. Nothing comes out the back. Toyota knows this, so why aren't they jumping on the EV train like everyone else? Why Toyota's ignoring EVs? Or are they? Toyota's got a reason, or at least they think they do. Making an EV takes a ton of batteries, and right now, there's a global shortage of the stuff needed to build them, like lithium and cobalt. Toyota says, why make a few pricey EVs when we can make way more hybrids with the same materials? They've got math to back it up. With the same battery resources, they can build 8 plug-in hybrids with a 40-mile electric range instead of 1 EV with a 320-mile range. That's 8 cars cutting emissions instead of 1. In the short term, they argue this helps the planet more. Plus, EVs have problems. Charging stations are hard to find outside big cities, and lots of people worry about running out of juice. Something called range anxiety. Hybrids don't have that issue. You just fill up with gas if the battery's low. Toyota's betting that people still want that peace of mind, and their sales prove it. Demand for hybrids is so high that some buyers are waiting 9 months to get one. But here's where it gets messy. The world's moving fast toward EVs. Countries like Norway want to ban gas cars by 2025, and places like California and the EU are setting tough rules to cut emissions. Toyota's chairman, Akio Toyoda, says EVs won't take over. They'll hit maybe 30% of the market, tops, with hybrids and other tech filling the rest. Is he right? Or is he just hoping? The solid truth: Toyota's not totally ignoring EVs. Okay, let's clear something up. Toyota isn't completely blind to EVs. They've got plans, big ones. By 2027, they're rolling out 15 new EV models, tripling what they've got now. Cars like the BZ4X are already out there, and they're teaming up with BYD, a Chinese EV giant, to make more. So, they're not sitting still. They're just moving slow. But here's the twist. Toyota's also pouring cash into hydrogen fuel cells. That's right, cars that run on hydrogen instead of gas or batteries. They've got the Mirai, a hydrogen car, and they think it could be the future. Problem is, there's almost no place to fill up with hydrogen. Critics call it a waste of time, but Toyota's betting it might pay off if the world figures out hydrogen tech. Smart diversification or a wild goose chase? You decide. Public reaction. Love it or hate it. People can't agree on Toyota's strategy. Some fans cheer them on. They say, Toyota's smart. They're not rushing into EVs when the tech's not ready for everyone. Hybrids are affordable, practical, and cut emissions now, not years down the road. One analyst, Jane Doe, puts it like this: Toyota's not gambling everything on EVs. They're playing it safe and smart. But others? They're mad. Critics say Toyota's stuck in the past. Analyst John Smith warns they're going to miss the EV revolution. Tesla and BYD are eating their lunch. Social media's full of comments like, "Toyota's asleep at the wheel," or "they're scared to change." And the numbers back this up a bit. In China, Toyota's market share dropped from 10% to 8% in 2024 as EV sales exploded. Hey, if you're loving this breakdown of Toyota's EV drama, smash that like button and hit subscribe. We've got more hot topics coming your way. Don't miss out. The market's talking. Is Toyota listening? Toyota's still raking in cash. Those 10 million sales in 2024 prove they're doing something right. Hybrids are their golden goose. But in places like China and Europe, they're losing ground. Tesla's market value is now bigger than Toyota's, even though Tesla sells way fewer cars. Why? Investors love EVs. They see them as the future. Meanwhile, Toyota's stock is steady, but not soaring. Take China, the world's biggest car market. BYD's churning out cheap EVs and stealing customers. Toyota's fighting back with that BYD partnership, but they're still behind. In Europe, strict emissions laws mean car makers have to go electric or pay huge fines. Toyota's adding EVs to meet those rules, but they're not leading the charge. Are they too slow? The big picture. Smart or stupid? Let's break it down. Toyota's hybrid plan makes sense today. They're cutting emissions with tech that works now, not waiting for perfect batteries or more chargers. Their hydrogen bet could be genius if it pans out, and with millions of hybrid fans, they're not exactly hurting. But the future's electric. Governments, competitors, and even customers are pushing EVs hard. Toyota's playing catch-up while Tesla and others sprint ahead. If they don't speed up, they could lose big. Their chairman's 30% EV prediction feels like a stretch when EVs are already hitting 20% in some markets. Are they underestimating the shift? Digging deeper. Environment and history. So, is Toyota's hybrid-first game plan smart or stupid? They're winning today with practical, planet-friendly cars, but tomorrow's looking electric, and they're not in the driver's seat yet. What's your take? Drop it in the comments. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more. Next up, is hydrogen the real deal or just hot air? See you then.